From the bustling streets of London, where the aroma of coffee mingles with the morning rush, to the tranquil countryside of Italy, where the day begins with a serene cup of espresso, billions wake up to the aroma of freshly brewed coffee. This daily ritual is a universal experience, transcending borders and cultures. Its rich flavor and stimulating effects have become integral to our daily routines, providing a moment of comfort and energy. Equally, chocolate, with its comforting sweetness, holds a special place in our hearts and on our tables. From a simple treat to a luxurious indulgence, it brings joy to people of all ages. But what if these beloved treats were becoming increasingly rare and expensive? Imagine a world where your morning coffee or your favorite chocolate bar is a luxury few can afford. Welcome to our channel dedicated to exploring the intricate world of global markets. Today, we delve into a pressing issue that affects our daily lives: rising coffee and cocoa prices. As climate change wreaks havoc on crops and geopolitical tensions disrupt supply chains, we uncover how these factors are reshaping our beloved morning rituals. Join us as we draw on ancient wisdom from the Yi-Jing and the art of war to discover practical strategies for navigating this evolving landscape. Whether you're a consumer, trader, or farmer, you won't want to miss these insights. Don't let rising coffee and cocoa prices catch you off guard. Subscribe to our channel for more insights, practical strategies, and the latest updates on market trends. Share this video with fellow coffee and chocolate lovers to spark conversations about how we can adapt together. Let's turn challenges into opportunities, one sip and one bite at a time. The reality is that the future of coffee and chocolate is uncertain. Farmers are facing unprecedented challenges that threaten the very existence of these crops. The price of Arabica coffee beans, the premium variety used in most ground and roasted coffee, surged to nearly $3.50 per pound this month, its highest level since 1977, a staggering 83% increase in 2024. At the same time, Robusta beans, the slightly lower quality variety primarily used in instant coffee, have also climbed sharply, rising 73% in 2024 to reach $5,885 per metric ton in November. Prices are rising at an alarming rate, driven by a complex interplay of environmental, political, and economic factors. The cost of production is soaring, and consumers are feeling the pinch. Climate change, with its unpredictable weather patterns and extreme events, is disrupting harvests and shrinking yields. Droughts, floods, and storms are becoming more frequent and severe. Simultaneously, geopolitical tensions and conflicts are adding fuel to the fire, creating volatility in the market and driving up costs. Trade routes are disrupted, and supply chains are strained. This is not just a story about fluctuating commodity prices, it's a deeper issue that affects millions of lives. It's about the potential disruption of a global ritual, a threat to livelihoods, and the future of entire communities that depend on these crops. This is a wake-up call to the interconnectedness of our world. Our daily rituals are under threat, and it's time to take action to protect them for future generations. A perfect cup of coffee with a chocolate treat in the morning may soon become a luxury, as coffee and cocoa bean prices have reached unprecedented levels this week, raising concerns about the potential impact on consumer costs. With no immediate relief in sight for the coffee and cocoa markets, traders are bracing themselves for another year of volatility. Coffee, primarily grown in the tropical regions of Latin America, Africa, and Asia, is acutely vulnerable to climate change. Rising temperatures, droughts, and the spread of coffee leaf rust, a devastating fungal disease, are significantly impacting production. In Brazil, the world's largest coffee producer, severe droughts have withered crops, causing a sharp decline in output. Similar stories are unfolding in coffee-growing regions across the globe, painting a bleak picture of shrinking supplies and soaring prices. Adding to the environmental pressures are geopolitical tensions. Conflicts and political instability in key producing countries disrupt supply chains, creating uncertainty in the market and driving up prices. The war in Ukraine, for example, has sent shockwaves through the global coffee market, as Russia is a major coffee consumer. The journey of a coffee bean from farm to cup is a complex one, involving a network of farmers, processors, shippers, and retailers. This intricate supply chain is highly susceptible to disruptions which can occur at any stage. The COVID-19 pandemic exposed the fragility of these global networks as lockdowns and border closures led to delays, shortages, and price hikes. The war in Ukraine has further exacerbated these vulnerabilities, highlighting the interconnectedness of our world and the potential for distant conflicts to impact our daily lives. Consumers are feeling the pinch as the cost of their daily coffee fix continues to rise. This price rally reflects a perfect storm of challenges across the coffee supply chain, from unpredictable weather wreaking havoc on farms to geopolitical tensions shaking up shipping routes. The journey from bean to cup has turned into a wild adventure. Coffee producers, distributors, and consumers alike are left grappling with the fallout, but sometimes humor helps us cope. Imagine a coffee farmer in Brazil waking up to yet another frost warning. Their response? Wrapping coffee plants in blankets, creating the world's first cozy coffee farm. Social media photos of snug beans captioned "From frost to roast with love" go viral, but the farmer knows that no number of likes can replace lost yields. Distributors face geopolitical tensions in critical shipping routes like the Red Sea. Picture a logistics manager holding a map and a dart, muttering, "How do we bypass all this chaos?" A creative solution emerges, shipping beans via hot air balloon. Sure, it's impractical, but the promotional tagline, "Coffee so fresh it flew here," gets people talking. For coffee lovers, rising prices turn their morning brew into a luxury. A cafe goer walks in, eyes the menu, and asks, "Do you offer loans for lattes?" At home, another consumer experiments with making coffee last longer by brewing one cup and sipping it through a straw to savor every drop. Their family affectionately nicknames them the brew miser. Cafes respond by serving smaller portions with clever branding. A sign reads, "Experience espresso elegance, one sip, endless bliss." Customers chuckle at the tiny cups but can't resist the charm or the accompanying Instagram opportunities. The story of chocolate is equally concerning. Cocoa, the primary ingredient in chocolate, is facing similar challenges to coffee. Climate change is disrupting production in West Africa, which accounts for over 70% of global cocoa output. Rising temperatures and changes in rainfall patterns are threatening the delicate balance required for cocoa cultivation. Furthermore, the cocoa industry faces challenges related to deforestation, child labor, and farmer poverty. These complex social and environmental issues further complicate the supply chain and raise ethical concerns for consumers. As demand for chocolate continues to grow, particularly in emerging markets, the pressure on the industry to address these challenges intensifies. Key ingredients in chocolate and related products, cocoa prices have reached unprecedented price levels, setting the stage for significant changes in the global confectionery industry. Cocoa prices soared to an all-time high of $12,987 per metric ton, representing a staggering 206% increase in 2025. This dramatic surge poses a threat to the global production, consumption, and marketing of chocolate. Are your daily coffee and chocolate habits about to change forever? In this video, we explore the dramatic surge in coffee and cocoa prices and uncover how climate change, geopolitics, and supply chain disruptions are reshaping global markets. Discover practical strategies inspired by ancient wisdom from the Yi-Jing and Sun Tzu's art of war to navigate these challenges and turn obstacles into opportunities. Stay tuned to learn how you, as a consumer, trader, or farmer, can adapt and thrive. Faced with these unprecedented challenges, we can find guidance in ancient wisdom. The Yi-Jing, or Book of Changes, an ancient Chinese divination text, offers profound insights into navigating change and uncertainty. Central to the Yi-Jing is the concept of constant transformation, represented by the interplay of yin and yang, the complementary forces of the universe. The Yi-Jing teaches us to embrace change as an inevitable part of life and to adapt our strategies accordingly. It encourages us to seek balance and harmony amidst chaos and to find opportunity in adversity. In the context of the coffee and chocolate industries, the Yi-Jing reminds us that change is constant and that adaptability is key to survival. Why is your morning indulgence under siege? In the realms of daily life, where simple joys like coffee and chocolate anchor our routines, an unseen battle of supply and demand unfolds, a harbinger of transformation. As the Yi-Jing teaches through Shandibo hexagram 23, splitting apart Shandibo, decay at the base signals the need for renewal. The same principle applies here. The cracks in the supply chain reflect a need to rethink global commodity reliance. Coffee and cocoa prices have reached unprecedented peaks, casting shadows over our morning rituals. Like a warrior preparing for an ambush, we must assess the terrain before us, understand the cause, and prepare for the consequences. Decay at the base signals the need for renewal. This ancient wisdom from the Yi-Jing reminds us that challenges reveal opportunities for reinvention. Just as the cracks in global supply chains force us to rethink our reliance on commodities like coffee and cocoa, life nudges us to adapt with humor and creativity. Let's explore relatable and amusing examples of how these price spikes cast a quirky shadow over our routines. Picture this. The price of your favorite cafe latte hits new heights. Suddenly, your local coffee shop feels like a luxury hotel lobby. Instead of splurging, you dust off an old French press, rediscovering the art of brewing at home, only to realize you've added salt instead of sugar. Congratulations, you've invented gourmet salty brew. That once reliable chocolate stash for stressful days now feels like a treasure chest. Instead of full chocolate bars, you're rationing squares like a miser counting gold coins. When a friend asks for a piece, you jokingly respond, "Only if you can name 3 of my childhood fears." Sun Tzu's The Art of War. A timeless treatise on military strategy offers valuable lessons for navigating the competitive landscape of business. This ancient text, though primarily focused on warfare, has been studied and applied by leaders across various fields, including business, sports, and politics. While written centuries ago, Sun Tzu's principles of strategy, planning, and leadership remain remarkably relevant in today's globalized world. His insights into human nature, decision-making, and the dynamics of conflict provide a rich source of wisdom for modern leaders. Know your enemy and know yourself. Sun Tzu famously wrote, emphasizing the importance of understanding both your competitors and your own strengths and weaknesses. This dual awareness is crucial for crafting strategies that leverage your advantages while mitigating your vulnerabilities. In the context of the coffee and chocolate industries, this means staying informed about market trends, consumer preferences, and emerging challenges. Companies must continuously analyze data, monitor competitors, and adapt to shifts in consumer behavior to stay ahead. Sun Tzu also stressed the importance of adaptability and flexibility in the face of changing circumstances. He believed that rigid plans could lead to failure, while flexible strategies allowed for quick responses to unforeseen events. Just as water retains no constant shape, so in warfare there are no constant conditions, he wrote. This metaphor highlights the need for businesses to remain fluid and adaptable, adjusting their strategies as market conditions evolve. Grocery shopping turns into a tactical mission. You skip the premium coffee aisle and head to the bulk section, pretending you're a sustainability warrior. Then you bravely swap your usual imported cocoa powder for carob, only to hear your family ask if the brownies were made with cardboard. This principle is particularly relevant in today's volatile market, where the ability to adapt quickly to changing conditions can mean the difference between success and failure. Companies that embrace flexibility and innovation are better positioned to navigate uncertainties and seize new opportunities. By applying Sun Tzu's timeless wisdom, businesses can not only survive but thrive in the ever-changing landscape of the modern market. His teachings remind us that success is not just about having a good plan, but also about being able to adapt and respond to the unexpected. Why is the cost of your daily cup soaring? Much like Zetianguai hexagram 43, Sun Tzu, breakthrough, Zetianguai, warns against complacency, coffee's recent price surge is a stark reminder that the predictable can swiftly become unstable. Climate change has waged an unrelenting assault on coffee farms, with Brazil and Vietnam, the titans of Arabica and Robusta coffee, succumbing to extreme weather. Frosts, floods and droughts have aligned like an invading force, slashing crop yields and sending prices skyward. For consumers, the message is clear. Be prepared for higher prices and potentially limited availability of your favorite treats. Consider exploring alternative sources of caffeine, such as tea or yerba mate. When purchasing chocolate, look for ethically sourced brands that prioritize sustainability and fair trade practices. Supporting companies that are investing in sustainable sourcing and production methods is crucial. By making conscious choices, consumers can play a role in shaping a more equitable and sustainable future for coffee and chocolate. Much like Zetianguai hexagram 43, breakthrough, as Zetianguai warns against complacency, coffee's recent price surge reminds us how quickly the predictable can unravel. Climate change has launched an all-out assault on coffee farms, with frost, floods, and droughts converging like an unruly group project, no one pulling their weight and chaos reigning supreme. Brazil and Vietnam, the coffee world's MVPs, are grappling with nature's curveballs, slashing crop yields and sending prices soaring. But as Sun Tzu teaches, in chaos there is opportunity. Here's how this unpredictability plays out in everyday life and how we hilariously adapt. Meet Alex, the ever sleep-deprived university student. Once a regular at the campus coffee shop, Alex now faces a grim reality. A single latte costs more than their entire week's ramen supply. Instead, they've turned to DIY instant coffee experiments, mixing questionable flavors like cinnamon and peanut butter. When questioned, Alex shrugs. Sun Tzu said to use what you have in battle. For Mia, a commuter juggling early trains and late meetings, skipping the cafe was unthinkable until now. With prices skyrocketing, she's armed herself with a portable travel mug and home-brewed coffee. The result? A lukewarm concoction that spills unpredictably during her morning bus ride. She declares it battle scars of the thrifty while secretly Googling spill-proof lids. In households everywhere, the kitchen has turned into a brewing battleground. Families are rediscovering ancient relics like mocha pots and percolators, each claiming mastery of the perfect brew. Sibling disputes over who scorched the beans have escalated into something resembling Sun Tzu's divide and conquer. Friends gathering for a movie night now face an unexpected twist. Instead of splurging on cafe-bought beverages, everyone proudly presents their homemade coffee creations. One guest arrives with a concoction so strong it's nicknamed Liquid Courage, while another's watery attempt earns the title Hot Brown Water. The laughter flows even if the coffee doesn't. How does a disrupted chain impact your morning brew? For traders, navigating the volatility of the coffee and cocoa markets requires a keen understanding of global supply and demand dynamics, geopolitical risks, and climate change impacts. Diversifying sourcing, hedging against price fluctuations, and staying informed about emerging trends are essential strategies for mitigating risks. Investing in climate-resilient agricultural practices and supporting sustainable supply chains can also create long-term value and contribute to a more stable market. Collaboration among stakeholders, including farmers, traders, and governments, is crucial for building a more resilient and equitable coffee and chocolate industry. The Yi-Jing's Shui Shanjian hexagram 39, obstruction. Shui Shanjian emphasizes that obstacles, though unwelcome, can prompt ingenuity. Coffee farmers, traders, and roasters face mounting hurdles, from reduced yields to skyrocketing logistics costs due to geopolitical tensions in the Red Sea region. Sun Tzu's wisdom to utilize a weakness as a strength suggests creative coping mechanisms. Coffee roasters might diversify by promoting localized blends, while consumers, wincing at rising prices, could embrace smaller, mindful servings. Imagine a cafe announcing our new espresso shot, half the size, twice the mindfulness. An empathetic yet amusing nod to shared struggle. The Yi-Jing's Shui Shanjian hexagram 39, obstruction, Shui Shanjian, teaches that obstacles, though unwelcome, can prompt ingenuity. Coffee farmers, traders, and roasters face rising challenges, from climate-hit crops to the soaring costs of shipping through politically tense waters like the Red Sea. But as Sun Tzu advises, utilize a weakness as a strength. How does a disrupted chain impact your morning brew? Here's how these challenges translate into the quirks and creativity of everyday life. Imagine a farmer named Pedro, whose coffee plantation is producing fewer beans due to erratic weather. Instead of despairing, Pedro plants shade trees to protect his crops while also opening a tiny eco-tourism cafe. Now tourists sip locally grown coffee under lush canopies, posting photos with hashtags like #coffeewithshade. Pedro grins as his weakness transforms into a unique strength, selling both coffee and experiences. Meet Clara, a roaster who's facing skyrocketing costs. Her solution? Launching a hyper-local hero blend featuring beans from nearby farms packaged in reusable tins. Customers love the zero-mile coffee concept, despite quietly realizing the flavor tastes familiar. Clara jokes, "It's not just coffee, it's community in a cup," and the name sticks. At a neighborhood cafe, rising prices inspire a new menu item. Tiny joy shots, espresso servings that are half the size but come with a motivational quote. Customers laugh at phrases like, "Life is short, so is your coffee," and embrace the novelty. Social media floods with selfies holding minuscule cups, turning frugality into a trend. Over at Olivia's house, her daily cappuccino habit now requires budgeting genius. She experiments with a DIY froth stick made from a whisk and sheer determination. When the foam splatters everywhere, her toddler shouts, "Snowstorm coffee!" Olivia posts the moment online, captioning it, "Crisis brewed creativity." The video goes viral. Whether it's farmers innovating, roasters localizing, or consumers adapting with humor, the coffee crisis proves that obstacles spur creativity. As one cafe slogan boldly declares, "Obstacles make the roast sweeter." From tiny espresso shots to homemade foam catastrophes, our shared struggles remind us to adapt, laugh, and savor every sip. What makes chocolate suddenly feel like gold? With cocoa prices soaring to $12,987 per metric ton, a leap reminiscent of hexagram 44 coming to meet Tianfenggu, we are reminded of sudden transformative encounters. The confectionery industry faces an uphill battle. Just as a family might reconsider large chocolate gift hampers, entertainment during holidays, manufacturers now confront whether to shrink portions, raise prices, or innovate entirely. Sun Tzu's counsel to shape the opponent's perception could lead to brands marketing smaller, eco-friendly chocolate bars as indulgence without excess, tapping into sustainability narratives while mitigating cost impacts. In the face of unprecedented challenges, the resilience of farmers is more important than ever. Farmers, the backbone of the coffee and chocolate industries, are on the front lines of climate change. Their daily efforts and dedication are what keep these beloved crops thriving. Supporting their efforts to adapt to changing conditions is crucial for ensuring the long-term viability of these crops. This means providing them with the knowledge and tools they need to succeed. Investing in research and development of climate-resilient coffee and cocoa varieties is a key part of this support. Scientists are working tirelessly to develop plants that can withstand the changing climate. Providing access to training and resources on sustainable farming practices is equally important. These practices not only help farmers increase their yields, but also ensure that their farming methods are environmentally friendly. Ensuring fair prices for their crops is essential. Fair trade practices help farmers earn a decent living and invest back into their communities, creating a cycle of growth and prosperity. By empowering farmers, we not only safeguard the future of coffee and chocolate, but also support the livelihoods of millions of people who depend on these crops. The challenges are significant, but so are the opportunities for positive change. By embracing innovation, collaboration, and a commitment to sustainability, we can help farmers overcome these challenges. New technologies and farming methods are making a real difference on the ground. With cocoa prices hitting $12,987 per metric ton, a leap reminiscent of hexagram 44 coming to meet Tianfenggu, we are reminded of life's unexpected and transformative moments. As the confectionery industry grapples with challenges, families and businesses alike must adapt with humor, creativity, and a dash of sweetness. Remember those extravagant holiday chocolate hampers filled with truffles, bars, and a small mountain of cocoa-dusted almonds? This year, families are swapping out the overflowing baskets for mini treat bundles. One family humorously names their tiny offering the bite-sized festive feast, a single chocolate bar split among 5 people. Grandma jokes, "Who wants a nibble instead of a slice?" as the kids look on in horror. Manufacturers have started downsizing their chocolate bars, but spinning it as a positive. Imagine a new product on the shelf, proudly labeled eco-indulgence, same pleasure, smaller footprint. Consumers laugh, saying, "The smaller footprint is on my wallet, not the planet." Yet the clever branding and sleek packaging somehow make it feel worth the splurge. At the office, the usual box of premium chocolates for meetings has been replaced with a plate of chocolate-flavored biscuits. The boss, attempting optimism, declares it's all about team spirit, not calories. A colleague chimes in, "Can team spirit melt in your mouth?" asking for a friend. For home bakers, rising cocoa costs inspire resourcefulness. Sarah, an amateur chocolatier, starts making her own gourmet bars using leftover chocolate chips, dried fruit, and cereal. Her kids dub it Choco Crunch Chaos, and while it's not Instagram perfect, the laughs make it worth it. Next week's flavor, whatever's in the pantry, Sarah jokes. Local cafes join the trend, introducing micro-treat platters with a sliver of chocolate paired with coffee. The menu reads, "A moment of indulgence for a sustainable future." Customers chuckle at the portion size, but can't resist snapping a photo. One patron quips, "It's like a chocolate tasting for ants." We can navigate this changing landscape and ensure that future generations can continue to enjoy the simple pleasures of coffee and chocolate. Together, we can build a more resilient and sustainable future for all. As we face the challenges in coffee and cocoa markets, let us remember the wisdom of the Yi-Jing and the art of war. Obstacles are not merely impediments, but opportunities for transformation. The rising prices of these cherished commodities remind us to adapt, innovate, and find humor amid volatility. Like a general surveying a battlefield, let us navigate this terrain with humility, strategy, and perhaps a smaller but savored cup of coffee in hand. Whether it's blanket-clad coffee plants, creative shipping plans, or coffee drinkers making a single cup last an entire morning, the challenges of the coffee supply chain inspire both ingenuity and humor. As consumers, we're reminded to savor each sip, not just for the caffeine, but for the effort it took to bring that cup to the table. To put it simply, we've witnessed that it is not only feasible to combine ancient Eastern wisdom with modern financial strategies, but it is also possible. This is a revolutionary invention, from embracing change to finding a balance between empathy and determination. This perspective on business management is refreshing thanks to these principles. Therefore, let's stay optimistic. These timeless and timely strategies can help businesses thrive. The importance of balance and smart strategy cannot be overstated. The key is to find the perfect spot and maintain agility, just like a tightrope walker with a safety net. To navigate the future economy, it is crucial to adopt careful and smart strategies that emphasize balance and adaptability. The current global market situation is not a simple matter. It has both favorable and unfavorable factors, as well as opportunities and risks. The environmental resources of each region on Earth are unique due to their differing latitudes and longitudes. We can summarize real-time opinions using artificial intelligence operations, such as neural networks, that take into account regional characteristics and national economic data. By watching our videos every week, you can keep yourself informed with a wealth of information that will improve the quality of your life in many ways with minimal time investment. In order to survive in these volatile financial environments, it is crucial to be able to adjust and avoid increased risk. Regardless of how experienced you are in investing, it's crucial to keep an eye on our video debuts to make better decisions. It's crucial to remember that knowledge is not just a tool to enhance your value, it's also a power. If you have any topics you're interested in, feel free to leave a message. To conclude this episode, I want to express my gratitude to all the viewers for their support. If you find that today's video is helpful, please like it so that you can easily find it later when you need to watch it. I want to express my gratitude for your attention. Thanks. Thank you.